Good afternoon once again, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and you might know that my father is a big time reader, a massive, huge reader, an avid reader, as am I, just like me. And once in a while, I tend to raid his library, which consists of about 6,000 books, 3 times as big as mine. And a couple of days ago, I came across his Salman Rushdie collection, and I decided to swipe 3 books from that collection, and during this video I am going to be reading the blurb, just telling you a bit what they're about. I do know that Rushdie is well known for his themes of magical realism and fantasy in his stories, and I will be showing you 2 fiction books of his and 1 non-fiction book which I have started. Perhaps his most recent book, published in 2024, called Knife. But first I'll begin with this one, called Fury by Salman Rushdie, of course. I do love the cover, by the way, and my dad has many of these in his collection by this author. He has about another 10 of his books, and I haven't ever really read anything by this guy before, but this one I this one caught my attention because it was the shortest one of them all, and it stands at about 260 pages. So we have Malik Solanka, historian of ideas and doll-maker extraordinaire, steps out of his life one day, abandons his family without a word of explanation, and flees to New York. There's a fury within him, and he fears he has become dangerous to those he loves. He arrives in New York at a time of unprecedented plenty, in the highest hour of America's wealth and power, seeking to erase himself. But fury is all around him. Cab drivers spout invective, a serial killer is murdering women with a lump of concrete, the petty spats and bone-deep resentments of the metropolis engulf him. Meanwhile, his own thoughts, emotions, and desires are also running wild. A young woman in a D'Angelo baseball cap is in a store, also another woman with whom he will fall in love and be drawn towards a different fury, whose roots lie on the far side of the world. So yeah, I can't imagine how one can read that blurb and not immediately be intrigued by the plot. I will be reading this one soon. Hopefully I'll have it done by the end of 2025. Let me know if you've read this one, let me know what you think of it, and whether it's a good place to start with Rushdie's fiction books. Next is this one, which also very much caught my attention, and I was very familiar with the title, Midnight's Children by the same author. Um, the other one had a fantastic blurb. This one just has praise on the back, which is something that I hate when it comes to books, putting praise on the back instead of a proper blurb. We have information about the author on the very first page, but no information whatsoever about the story, except for the fact that it is split into 3 different books, and I might review them individually. So to tell you what this one is vaguely about, I will have to look up a blurb online. I do love the cover, however. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section. So if I search for Midnight's Children, blurb, just the synopsis so far, and this one was generated by AI, so I'm sure it's perfect. Midnight's Children is a 1981 novel by Salman Rushdie about Salim Sinai, a boy born at the exact moment of India's independence on August 15th, 1947. He is one of 1001 Midnight's Children, born during that hour, all of whom have magical telepathic gifts and are linked to the fate of the nation. The blurb describes it as a historical chronicle that intertwines Salim's personal life with the major events of modern India, filled with triumphs and disasters, and a blend of family saga, historical fiction, and magical realism. Considering how many people I have watching my channel from India, I have a feeling that I am going to enjoy this one quite a lot, immerse myself further into the Indian culture, and be more knowledgeable about my audience, I suppose, and their culture, even though this was written now about 40 years ago, over 40 years ago. The last book I want to show you is in hardback, and I'm a massive fan of the cover. It's called Knife, And the cover itself gives the impression that it is slit by a knife, with the slit itself forming an eye to complete the word knife. Meditations after an attempted murder. Rushdie was about to be. Um, there was an assassination attempt on Rushdie himself, and this is the book where he gathers his thoughts, where he writes about that experience. This is what the man looks like, by the way. And during those empty, sleepless nights, I thought a lot about the knife as an idea. A knife was a tool and acquired meaning from the use we made of it. Language, too, was a knife. It could cut open the world and reveal its meaning, its inner workings, its secrets, its truths. It could cut through from one reality to another. It could call bullshit, open people's eyes, create beauty. Language was my knife. If I had unexpectedly been caught in an unwanted knife fight, maybe this was the knife I could use to fight back. And this is a book about writing, about his experience with almost getting killed, and it also reminded me of Novelist as a Vocation by Haruki Murakami and On Writing by Stephen King. I read the both of them. I look forward to reading this one as well because, of course, listening to writers use their words and describe their own lives rather than a character's life they come up with is always fascinating to me. And I'm grateful to have found so many books by this author on my dad's bookshelves. If you're watching, shout out. Thank you for um, sharing these with me. And I did find a bookmark in The Midnight Children because I have a feeling that at some stage my dad attempted to give this one a go as well, but he stopped on page 150 for whatever reason. But yeah, that is all I had to say about the books I plan on reading relatively soon by this author called Salman Rushdie. I do want to immerse myself into his world, and I want to take a look at Salman Rushdie's ethnicity as well because it's something I'm very interested in. Ethnicity. So, he is British and American and a Kashmiri Muslim, and he was born in Bombay, British India, now Mumbai in India. So yeah, he is regarded as a British American novelist, even though he was born in India apparently. But yeah, I think that is all I had to say. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye guys.